Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we'll check in with the Resource Recovery Plant. My guest today is Lori Hanson with the Resource Recovery Plant. Lori, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Susan.
Well, it's been a while since we've had you, but you're always a great guest to have because you have so much information.
Always, always. For instance, this weekend we have Yard Waste Free Day coming up, and that does not include brush this weekend. That will be saved for November 5th. But this weekend it's leaves, grass clippings, and garden waste.
Yeah, we have a couple of Yard Waste Free Days. October 22nd, obviously, coming up. You mentioned November 5th, which is the brush day,
Yes.
and then one more.
And then one more on November 12th.
Those are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Chamness Technology, which is located
26107 530th Avenue.
And if you take University South through the roundabouts.
It's 1.8 miles on the gravel, and you'll find them on the right.
Yeah, so a great service for this fall as people are getting their yards in order. They can get rid of that yard waste at no cost.
That's right.
Well, yard waste isn't the only thing that you have going on. Resource recovery is always busy, always recycling and putting our trash to work. Tell me a little bit about our facility. Just remind me of what we do.
Well, we began operation in 1975, receiving garbage from Story County and processing that garbage into a fuel that we can use at the power plant. At the time, in place of some of the coal, and now to replace some of the natural gas that it uses to make electricity.
I know a lot of people were concerned when we made that conversion from coal to much cleaner burning natural gas. Would we still be able to use the trash as a fuel source? And obviously the answer?
It has been wonderful, yes. And they are using 30% by weight RDF, or refuse-derived fuel, and 70% by weight natural gas. And the process is working wonderfully.
That's great news. Some things we want to keep out of our trash, regardless of what we do with it. And tell me a little bit about those things. Some things can actually be quite dangerous in the trash.
Yes, and in this case, we're talking lithium batteries. Those are the batteries that are attached to your cell phones. They power your laptops and various other small appliances, and tools as well. If you have a lithium battery on your phone and it is dead and you don't return it back to the dealer where you can get a new battery for it, we need you to either take it to Best Buy and put it in one of the boxes, the appropriate box in their foyer, or bring it to us at Resource Recovery Plant and hand it to us so that we know where it is. Once those batteries hit our primary shredder, they explode and start a fire.
Yeah, that can be really dangerous. I actually just got some little 9 volts that are labeled lithium right on them. So.
Yes, and so you really need to look at your batteries that you buy these days. If it is a rechargeable of any kind, we want you to bring it to us at the plant, no charge.
Yeah, good information to know. Another thing I always bring to you is the CFLs. When those burn out,
yes,
we don't want those in the garbage either.
Right, because there is just a tiny bit of mercury vapor, which in and of itself, if you broke it, it's really not enough to do much damage. But if everybody in Ames dropped a CFL the same time, that would be a huge mercury release, and that's one of the greenhouse gases. So we want to make sure that we are capturing those mercury vapors rather than throwing it in the trash. We say just bring them down to us. We'll put it in our recycling shed and make sure that they get recycled properly.
And again, I won't be charged to bring it down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Just keeping it out of the waste stream.
Right.
Another thing we always want out of the waste stream is glass. How is that program going?
Really, really good. Last year in 2015, we recycled 187 tons of glass. That's 187 tons of glass that did not go to the landfill. We send it down to Ripple Glass. Actually, they come and get it, no charge. We load their semi up, they take it back, and they either make it into beverage containers for the next door brewery, or they turn it into fiberglass insulation.
That's pretty
It's
impressive.
a really good program, and the folks who give them the most glass percentage-wise over last year's total will win a semi-load of fiberglass insulation to distribute to the community.
Oh, so we're in the running with
We're
some
in
other
the running.
communities.
We're in the running.
So, and it's so easy and convenient to recycle glass. When I go to the grocery store,
Yes.
there's the yellow recycling bin right out there, and I
Yes.
always love to drop my glass through the little cutout holes at the top. And so easy. That's where I get the glass, that's where I return the
Yes,
glass.
very easy. And it is kind of fun to drop the glass in there and listen to it break. It's a little therapeutic.
Yeah, now there's many of those locations, not just in Ames, but
Right.
throughout Story County.
Right, they are out in Story County. We've got one in Story City at Harlan's Food Mart. We've got one in Huxley at the Fairway there. And in Slater, there is a bin, and in Maxwell, there's a bin.
And then throughout Ames, we have them at Wheatsfield, the Fairways, Hy-Vee's.
Hy-Vee gas stations, yes, and one on the north side of the plant.
Yeah, so really easy to do.
Very
Do
easy.
you have to rinse out your glass?
Just give it a quick rinse, and you don't have to take the label off. You don't have to run it through the dishwasher. You can even leave the metal or plastic lid on. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it gets in the bin.
Okay, and not if I broke a mirror or some Corningware. You don't want that kind of glass.
Not necessarily. If you would just bring that in to us, we'll take it and we'll make sure that we aren't grinding it up and sending it to the power plant, and that it goes to the appropriate place.
Well, one last thing I want to ask you about, because this is the time of year when I'm doing cleaning, I always find these little leftover bits of wallpaper remover or little paint I've used before. What do I do with my household hazardous waste?
You call me at 239-5137, and we will make an appointment for you to bring that in to us on a Wednesday afternoon at no charge.
So what if I have like a laundry basket full? I mean, I've got a lot of little odds and ends.
We will take up to 2 boxes each visit.
Okay, but you don't want that in the garbage, obviously.
No, we don't, because if something happens in the plant, the guys jump right in there to do what they need to do, and we certainly don't want them getting hurt.
Absolutely. Well, Lori, as always, it's always such a pleasure to hear from you. So much going on at Resource Recovery,
All
and
the time.
always such great information on how to be, I think, a better consumer and a better citizen.
Yeah, thanks, Susan.
If you want more information about the Resource Recovery Plant, remember you can get that information at our website at cityofames.org. Some items for your calendar, don't forget. Thursday, October 27th is the Duff Avenue ribbon cutting. Some new playground equipment was installed there. We'll have some big trucks out. That's 4:30 to 6 p.m. Thursday, October 27th at Duff Park. Join us at that event. Also remember, if you have trick-or-treaters in your household, you'll want to be ready for Monday, October 31st. That's trick-or-treating in Ames from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.